I'm Chanel and welcome back to All Things Nail. So if you've seen my previous videos, you know that my children's old bedroom, since they are all grown now, my girls' room has been turned into my office. I needed my own workspace for some work at home stuff, and then I also needed a place to YouTube. So I'm trying to spruce my space up some, and these are my pillows. They just, because my room was like a dark, before I moved my loft in here, my loft had a futon mattress on it that was this color, tan and black, with the light white stripe. But I love SpongeBob, so we decided to decorate it while I was still in our room in a theme that I liked, which was SpongeBob. Sorry, I just love SpongeBob. Anyway, so we're going to decorate my loft in some more bright colors. So I have about 4 of these pillows that I'm going to do. So this is one of my first pillows, and we're going to take some material. This is some material my aunt was using to quilt, and she gave it to me because she knows I like to make stuff. Like I just made a backpack. I just sit down and just made my own pattern and made a backpack. So I'm not even using a cutting board. This is just on my desk, on my desk. So all I did was I took this material and I measured how much of it that I needed. So basically what I did was I set this material in the middle and I pulled the material forward to these. This is the edge. So basically, let's turn it over. So basically what I'm doing is, let me move the camera back so y'all can see. It's my scissors. So basically what we did was, I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to take this top edge. Let me move some of the stuff. I don't have a big desk. It's really small. And I don't have a cutting board because I always use my desk. Go figure. When I'm at my mama's house, I use her cutting board. So what I'm going to do is measure right here. This should be enough for me to turn the edges under. You need enough to turn the edges under and sew it closed. So then that's how much I need for this pillow. And you also want to have a little bit for your, because this is folded. So I mean, since it's folded, I'm not even going to worry about a bottom seam because this material is so big. So if you had 2 pieces, what you would normally do is cut 2 squares to fit the pillow. But I'm doing it this way because that's just what I want to do. When you're making your own stuff, you can do whatever you want to do. So what I'm going to do, because this is something quick. This is not, it's something to do without a sewing machine. So that's why I'm not going to do this bottom stitch, because I'm not using the sewing machine. So basically what I'm going to do now is cut my fabric. So I know how much we need. So I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to pin the amount that I want to use. That's how big I want it. Now I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to pin it right here. So I'm going to pin both sides together with a straight pin. So I know that's what I'm supposed to be at. We're going to take the pillow out, sit it to the side, and then I'm going to take my fabric and just line it up on both sides, and this is where we'll be cutting. So let's lay it out on the desk so you can see it. Now, I'm not a professional sewer. This is just a DIY that I'm doing. Like, I've made envelope pillows and what have you, but this is just something I want to throw together really quickly. I mean, I want to cover all these pillows in less than 2 hours. I want to spend on this. So that's why I'm not doing all this other stuff and what have you or however. Okay, so now what we want to do is just cut, even this up. So I'm going to cut it across here. I mean, I can cut better than this, but we'll do a quick pillow. And I want to show this because this is a beginner's pattern. You can do it with the sewing machine, and there's a more professional way, but most time when people doing beginner crafts, they're not going to have a cutting board. They're not going to be drawing lines and seams. This is not a learn how to sew tutorial. This is just a make a quick pillow tutorial, and that's all we want to do is make a quick pillow. We don't want to be in here all night messing around and messing up. So this is still a nice piece of material left, and I've cut one piece already. This was my pillow piece, and as you see, this is a big. We're gonna put our pillow in here. Just make sure I got it measured right before we sew it down. See, I have this side pin there, so let me just take the pin out. I'm going to put our pillow in here. Okay, so now I'm going to cut off the extra length of material that we have. It's really larger than I thought material. Take my cereal. This is my edge. I'm going to cut it. And now we're going to make our pillows. Take this material and put it together back into the shape of our pillow. Then we are going to pin it and get to getting. This side is really uneven, but just so happens that jagged side I can't. I'm sorry, it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to cut it off more evenly. Now we're going to take the hot glue gun and glue this together, and we will have our new pillow cover. Okay, and so if you're a beginner, what you want to do is have a 1.5 inch seam on here. So what I'm going to do is take 2 fingers and determine that's my 1.5 inch. If people that's used to sewing, you don't have to do this part. This is just for beginners to show you how your 1.5 inch seam needs to be. This is just a highlighter. You want to make sure you use a material that doesn't bleed through also. So I'm going to say this is my 1.5 inch. And I'm just sketching like a light line. I got it on my hand. A light line to show my seam. So that's going to be my seam. And now I'm going to do this on the other side, which you see I've already done. I've marked a seam down through here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it is a seam marked down through here. So now we're just going to take the hot glue gun and we are going to put it together. We're going to take the extra off. What's your extra? This is my pillow. Anyway, so here's your material, and you're just going to take your glue and you're going to press it together. Nice, you're going to make it nice and flat. Nice and smooth. Ta-da! Okay, so you're going to continue. Just put a glue stick in. Move it down. If you don't have the type of desk that I have that can be wiped off and peeled off, you want to put a protective cover under here. You can go to like Joann's or a craft store and get like one of the cutting boards. It just rolls out kind of like a sheet you would cut biscuits on or whatever. It's one of those types of sheets, and you can do all your arts and crafts on top of there, so you don't have to worry about messing up your regular tabletop. So we have one side done. While I let that dry, we're going to work on the other side. So let's make sure it's smoothed back out like we had it. And I like to put a pin. The pin is not necessary. I just put it here to be sure that my pieces stay together. Plus, I'm just used to using pins when I use the sewing machine. So now, we're going to hot glue this side. So what we're going to do is fold it over. We want to go in at least a ½ inch, an inch and a half rather, or a ½ inch. It's depending on how deep you want it. A ½ inch is fine. So you want to go in a ½ inch, not an inch and a half. And you're just going to glue. Press and smooth. So we're gonna go down this side. Let's see if I can get this. See, it's hard to see this glue because it's clear. We're gonna go down this side with a 1/2 inch seam. And we are going to smooth it together. Make sure you have glue sticks. Now you can use an already colored pillow or you can use stuffing. I'm using, it's just more inexpensive for me to use an old $5 pillow. Like I got those pillows for $5 at a furniture store that's in just like the pillow bin. And to me, just getting a pillow already done was cheaper than buying the stuffing. So like I said, I had those pillows for something else. And then I decided that I wanted something that was more me. That was a spur of the moment thing, and I didn't have time to decorate, so I want to do something that's more me. So now that we have that done, let's turn it over on the right side. And you take your finger and poke your corner properly. And you now have a beautiful case. Ta-da! Perfect. So now what you want to do is stuff your pillow in it. So pick which way you want your pillow to go inside. And now we're going to stuff our pillow in. Put it on our pillow. Ta-da! So your pillow's in here. So now what you want to do is close it. So how are we going to close this? You say. So to close this, if we have extra, let's see. We can cut some of the extra off. Put it off. So now that we know our pillow is fitting snugly, we're going to cut off any extra. Make it easier to close so you won't have a lot of just like bulky gappiness. Now what I'm going to do to close this, I want y'all to look closely. Let me pull it. I want y'all to look at this closely. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fold this down. Fold it down. Sit in. We're going to fold this down. Now to make this easier, what you can do is add just a very thin strip of glue. Just a thin strip of glue. Flip it in and press it down. So now it's going to hold, okay? Press it in and flip it down. So let's do it to this corner. We're just creating like, this is basically like a little hem. So where we flipped it there, let's flip it in. Okay, so now let's do this side. So all we're going to do is take that extra, because what we're going to do is we want it to close nice and tightly. So now what we're going to do is take this extra and we're going to see how much we want it to flip in. So it's going to go in a good little piece. And you want to make sure you got it folded neatly, because it's going to come together like so. So when we get both the ends folded in, what it's gonna do, let me put it in my lap so you can see it. So what it's gonna do is meet together here, like so. And you have a nice hem pillow. So we have that side folded in. Let's put some glue on this corner to help hold it down. So find where you want it to fold in at. Let's stick some glue on there. It's holding good. Now this side that we just folded down, I'm going to unfold it. Now that I know where it needs to be folded, I'm going to go across here. You see? Go back to the camera. With a thin layer of glue. So now you're going to fold it down. And this material comes from Walmart. So now that it's folded down, I'm going to take some, put in this corner just a little bit more. So now we have a case. So now all we have to do is glue together our seam right here. So this is our seam where we closed it. I want to make sure it's even all the way across. And now we're going to sew it together. Well, not sew, but glue. So what I'm doing is going across here with my glue. Let me lay this down so you can see it. I'm going to go across here with my glue. We're going to press it together, rub it smoothly. No. Rub it together. Now I have my nice, freshly covered pillow.